Hey, this is Montanay Now, and today I'm going to be talking about black men and how we need to consider what our fate is. Hey, beautiful people, what's up? I want to talk about a most complex subject, and we talk about it all the time, black men. Whored, hoodwinked, and hunted. There needs to be a reckoning with the black male condition here in America. And let me say this, they say that numbers don't lie, and they don't, but they also don't cry, they don't cradle grieving mothers, they don't raise children who have never heard their father's voice, they don't scream behind bars. What they do is hide the blood, mask the shame, and reduce the black male experience to a spreadsheet of survival. Hallelujah. According to the 2023 U.S. Census, what they say we don't count anyway, there are 19.5 million black men in the United States, just half of the black population. But while we fill warehouses, stadiums, prisons, and voting ballots, the data makes one thing tragically clear. We're systemically undervalued, over-targeted, and underprotected from the cradle to the cage. We're enslaved legally, people, unjustly. Let's start with the obvious lie this country keeps whispering through policies and pretending that it's justice. Slavery is over. It's not. It just changed uniforms. The 13th Amendment makes it plain. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except for as punishment for crime, shall exist. So what did America do? It rebranded slavery into incarceration. Black men are 6% of the U.S. population, but make up a third of the prison population. You've heard this before. We've become the engine of a $100 billion industry that thrives on our absence from our homes, our children, and our communities. You damn right I'm upset about it. This state is a sponsored enslavement by the government, a legal loophole that turns injustice into profit. It's the code of genitalia, celebrating our undoing while the courts locks us away. The culture lifts us up only to exploit us. We have traded manhood for performance, discipline for virility, and legacy for libido. We glorify men like Nick Cannon. Well, that's my brother, but give it up. Not for their ideas or convictions, but for the number of children they can produce and the size of their sex drive. Come on, y'all. It's become performance over masculinity. Genitals over genius. Conquest over commitment. We've been trained to praise the spreader, not the sustainer. The result? A generation of black children growing up with multiple siblings they've never met and fathers who've normalized absenteeism as freedom. What once was trauma is now branded as choice. Oh my God. And what was once pride in family has been replaced by pride in numbers. There's an erasure of the black male mind. America loves our rhythm, but rejects our reason. It welcomes our bodies, but not our brilliance. We built this nation with our backs and tried to rebuild it with our minds. But the tables of policy, media, education, and economics are still being set without black men having a seat. Our inventors, philosophers, prophets, and freedom fighters are often either killed, erased, plagiarized, or all three. We've allowed in the room, we're allowed in the room when we can play basketball, when we can dribble, when we can sing or joke, but locked out when we think, plan, or lead. Let's look at people like Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, James Baldwin, Dr. King. Each one a black man with an uncompromising mind, and each one was looked at like a criminal, surveilled and silenced or slain, while being a black thinking man is dangerous in a society that feeds on silence. The government rejection of black manhood is atrocity. We tell our boys to dream big, but what happens when the world itself refuses their humanity? Globally, black men are treated as outcasts. In Europe, with threats. In the Middle East, commodities. In Latin America, we're invisible. Even in Africa, colonization's residue still distorts our self-worth. We've been taught to fight each other before we fight the systems that cage us. Even black movements often silence the voices of black men unless crying or dying. And yet, we're expected to endure, to overcome, and never to break. There's a call. There's a call, brother. No more performing. It's time for rebuilding. This is not just a crisis. It's a curse, passed down and repackaged. But curses can be broken. We must reject the culture of applause for dysfunction. We must no longer cheer for black men who create children like trophies and leave them like old jerseys. We must stop being available to everyone except our own development. This isn't just about incarceration or education or fatherhood. It's about the complete reclamation of the black male soul. We've got to rise up from shame to sovereignty. We're not who they say we are. We are not just numbers that are hard to count. Threats are broken promises. We are fathers. We are visionaries. We are builders. We are healers. But only if we stop whoring our image, stop accepting crumbs of fame, and start commanding our legacy. America's future depends on the dignity it extends to black men. Not as laborers, entertainers, or inmates, but as equal architects of this land's destiny. We are not here to survive history, brothers. We are here to correct it.